my good friend who was supposed to be recording, he had an emergency and he wasn't able to make it today. So that's okay. We adjust fire and we continue to win. So with that said, I don't know if you're going to need that thing. Why don't we do? Tony, I'm going to give you this back. Can you guys hear me in the back? All right. Let me name out a few names. You guys know Gordana Schifanelli? I hope you like her. You guys know Tony DeCesar? You know Kate Sullivan? Blair Freed. Blair is the secretary of the Baltimore City Republican Central Committee. How about Sally Taylor? She ran for office in Carroll County. She is a Republican stalwart out that way. She worked for Dan for quite some time. And she's a good person. And you guys know me, because I'm talking to you. I guess. Here's the deal. We have decided to run together as a team for Maryland GOP, for the leadership of the Maryland GOP. These are good people, hardworking folks, selfless people, and we just decided that our way of doing things is something that we want to spread to the party. As you know, we just lost the governorship. We lost the state senate. We are not in a leadership position there. We are not in a leadership position in the Attorney General's office. We got stumped. And we put in way too much effort. You guys were out sign waving, passing out cards, making videos, all this sort of stuff, and all that work was for naught. We got to redo this. We got to take another direction. And bottom line is I'm here to help you start it. We're not here to run over anybody or anything like that, but the Maryland GOP has to change. We got to strategize. We got to plan. Personally, in the military, one of the first things I was learning, I'm a strategic planner. I have planned aircraft operations. I've planned cyber operations. I have planned all sorts of things, and I can take that planning background and apply it to our problem, which is getting voters. That's the deal. Do you guys realize that our target is not our fellow Republicans? What about Reagan's rule? Anybody remember that? We didn't practice Reagan's rule. We had people in this state literally assaulting each other. Folks filing, motions against each other, calling in cops and, police reports and all that sort of stuff. And the Democrats are laughing at us. That is not cool. We can do better. We got 2 years to get this right. I think the red wave is not dead. I think that whomever wins the nomination is going to take over, and become president. But I don't want Maryland to go the other way. And we got to stop that right now. We're not going to waste any time. So what do we need from you guys? Oh, first of all, let me give you my little percentage chart here. 55% of the voters, the registered voters in Maryland, are Democrats. Did you know that? Yeah. Okay. 14% of our registered voters are independent. And we've got 31% as conservative Republicans. So with that said, if we got every independent, which still would be 45 to 55. So we've got to get some of those Democrats to vote for us. We've got to convince them. And we're not going to do that by fighting each other. That's got to stop. So again, I'm committed. I just retired from DOD. I just retired from, the military, 34 years, 35 years. I've got nothing but free time to agitate the system. We got a swamp we got to drain, and it starts right here in Maryland. We got to do our part. It's got to go. So again, this bashing of Trump versus Hogan, we don't need to get into that. We need to get into promoting the Republican Party. And oh, by the way, the central committees, they got ignored by the Maryland GOP. Nobody was listening to them. They're out here rah-rah, carrying signs, getting people organized and all that sort of stuff, but they had no voice. And what we need from you guys is to talk to the members of those central committees that are going to be voting at the Maryland GOP convention and let them know that they should vote for us. We're all doing this as volunteers. Nobody's trying to get any money out of this. But the first thing we need to do is an audit. Let's see where all the money went and why all that money that we raised did not get our people elected. And then we need to change the attitudes. Oh, by the way, I just wrote a book. Now, I know, I'm not up here trying to sell it, but my point is, in writing this book, it's called Do Black Values Matter? Why am I writing this book? Because most black people that I know are conservatives. Somebody needs to tell them. And that's what the book's about. So you'll see it later, but tell your friends it's coming. But the issue of the day is my intent is to make sure that the conservative people of this state know that they have a voice, and especially the black community, the immigrant community. These South Asians, these folks are more conservative than we are. They hate China. They hate Vietnam. They don't want us to turn it into China and Vietnam. And so we got to get those people on board and make sure that they understand that we're with them. We are one family. We got to stop fighting each other, stop all this name calling, and Trump and Hogan, let them fight each other. I'm interested in finding good candidates, helping the central committees carry out their mission, and just promoting Republicans to win. So, finally, lastly, Tony DeCesar, Kate Sullivan, Sally Taylor, Blair Freed, and Gordana. Okay, you guys know those people, and you know me. You know, I'm committed to the American values. So with that said, my hope and my prayer is that you will talk to your friends who are members of those central committees that are going to vote on the 9th and the 10th of December and let them know we're out there, we're unified, and we're trying to promote unity, transparency, and civility. Can I ask you to say that with me? Unity, transparency, and civility. I'm done.
Thank you. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you. And looking out in the crowd, I do have to give a huge shout out to Maggie Dominowski. Please stand. Congratulations on your win. All right, next, real quick before we break for lunch, I'd like to go through some upcoming events that the Republican Women of Baltimore County have going on. We have our annual holiday party, which will be at the